Hey everybody, this is Nir Bashan, author of The Creator Mindset, a McGraw-Hill release on creativity at work. Very excited. The book just won top 100 nonfiction book of all time. Isn't that amazing? I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but very, very cool stuff. Enough about me, right? Let's talk about Darleen Santore, who published a book called The Art of Bouncing Back. This is how to find your flow to thrive at work and in life anytime you're off your game. Coach Dar, thank you so much for being on Coffee Break.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, this is really exciting because Coach Dar, I read this whole book and it is just like opening a window onto your very soul. Coach Dar, why is this book so important for everybody to read?
Here's the thing. It really is the people's book. Right now, we are living in a world where mental health, mental fitness, mental skills, but our mindset, our brain health, and honestly, how to fight adversity is a topic that comes up all the time. And in the 26 years of being an occupational therapist and helping people, both in business and sports now, I have seen so many people that when they apply principles to build a strong mental foundation, they bounce back faster. But they just didn't know. You know, we're taught how to get an MBA, but we're not necessarily taught how to do life, how to mentally endure it. This book helps that.
It is such a good book too, Coach Dar. I got to tell you, like, I read everything and I love all the books the same. But some of them just like pop out. And this one, it just pops out. Coach Dar goes through these principles here and they're simple and beautifully elegant. I mean, you can get really complicated stuff, but this is not a complicated book. This is all about doing. Coach Dar, tell us a little bit about the activating emotional intelligence part. I got teared up reading this stuff. It's just so raw, so emotional, so incredibly, incredibly vibrant. Tell us a little bit about why emotional intelligence is so important today.
Well, here's the thing. When we're operating every day, we have to start stepping into awareness of our space, our place, our presence. When we walk in the room, we have to understand, honestly, we have so much power in the sense of how we affect other people's lives too, and ourselves. So EQ, activating that. One, it makes you better when you walk in as a leader because you're aware of the setting. You know when to speak, when not, what type of energy, where to show up and where not to. But even for yourself, when you're trying to bounce back from something, having that awareness of what just happened, how can I make this different? If you're not in tune to that, it's hard for you to then create a plan. But also, we all rise together. So if we all increase our emotional intelligence of awareness, motivation, self-actualization, any of that, we get better.
I love it. And Coach Dar, you work with some of the greatest sports franchises in the entire world, right? You work with the NFL, the NHL, you work with some the soccer league. You work with some of the greatest people, that you could possibly work for, super high performance athletes. And I noticed, you're on page 10 of your book, right? Just right when you start getting into it, you write all the setbacks of your life. And I got to tell you, it sounds rough, right? Setback 1, I had my first stroke. Setback 2, couldn't have kids. 3, went through divorce. 4, second stroke. 5, third stroke. For God's sake. 6, my insurance wouldn't cover it. I had no speaking gigs, no money coming in. Mom died, dad died. I mean, it's just so heavy, right? Yet the book is so uplifting and it's so like, hey, you got this, keep going, turn the page, all this wonderful stuff. How did it come about that you wanted to write this specific type of book?
When you read that, I think, gosh, how the heck did I bounce back? No, but I only laughed because I got to the other side of it. When I was in the middle of it, it was really hard. And that's why I wrote this book. Because when you're in the middle of it, you just need simple tools and someone to help you. So I'm the coach coming alongside you because I can't be there for everyone to say, here, this is what I would do with a pro athlete or a top CEO or founder. These are the steps to not only help you bounce back, but build the mental fortitude. So when the hits come, you are better prepared. That's why I did it.
I love it. It takes one to know one, and it builds this authenticity that you have that others people maybe do not quite have. The art of bouncing back, find your flow to thrive at work and in life. Anytime you're off your game, Coach Dar, a question I ask everybody because I love creativity is, how does this book help us become more creative in our day-to-day lives?
Because when you are in your hardest moments and you have to sit and think, creativity comes sometimes in the grittiest of times. And it's when you're starting to come on the other side, your stroke of genius starts to come out.
I love it so much. Coach Dar, The Art of Bouncing Back. It is a McGraw-Hill release. This is a very, very, very good book, and it is a super easy read. By the way, I got through it in about an hour and a half, and I loved it. I even texted your editor.
Oh,
I texted your editor to tell her how good, an amazing job she did on this book. Cheryl did an incredible job. I can't tell you enough how much I love this book. Coach Dar, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.